Hello folks and welcome back to IXION. Last time we managed to force eviction of cell housing into some optimized quarters, so now the people in Sector 6 are happy again. And we've been solving problems. We have been solving problems. We are almost moved the entire population of the protagonist to the Tiqqun, which means we're almost done, I think, with this chapter. At which point we might do some farming stuff. We're still working on tech. We're still working on the space chef to make food a thing of the past. Because right now we are producing, again, about 200% of our food requirements. We are storing a bunch of water. I think after this is done, actually, let's pre-queue it up, shall we? After this is done, let's start storing more stuff. We can store more iron. We can store more. As you're going to have to move on soon, I don't have to do everything now, but being able to store the stuff onward would be nice. So I could go for additional 20% more resources. So instead of having 100 each, they've now in 110 they go to 120. What is a stockpile medium? I am more curious about what a stockpile medium is. So we're going to set that up to work it. All right, let's let time pass, please. Because right now we are golden. Right, we're just waiting for time to pass. The tech lab can generate its tech. You have more than enough people there. We are tight. We are tight on the amount of workers in Sector 6. Sector 6 workers are... That's why that was off. Because you have way more available workers here. So yeah, you can go back on. I was saying there was no difference in that being off, that being on. That can go on and that can turn off because this over there, they've got the workers to spare. You don't so much. And speed up again. Again, we have maxed out iron to the full. Actually, how are we doing? There's still 200 out in the wild. We have on board the ship at the moment. We have what, 220 plus another 300 there. We have 500 iron on board, another 200 in the wild. Yeah, we need to start thinking about where we're going to store all this stuff. Well, we store it as alloy. The problem is we're not making it. We store it as alloy. Yeah. These are all off, right? These are all off. Yeah, but use them. Like use the alloy. We're gonna store the stuff. We're we're stockpiling alloy. Yeah, but we have to use the damn stuff. So yeah, let's actually go ahead and build this out.
Has occurred in the
okay, now we have 23 people homeless here. What's your homeless situation here? They're all the stuff over here, aren't they? And you can definitely shove more people in here. Yeah, we can shove another 60 people there. So yeah, so we'll do it here. You have another 76 slow workers. So from any non-workers, please, from Sector 1 to Sector 2, give me another 60 would take me up to 281. So I need 60 non-workers from 1 to 2, please. Uh-oh. Sector 2. Oh, again, the infirmary is what got hurt. Is it worth putting a second infirmary in place, I wonder? Is it worth putting a second infirmary in place?
Population transfer complete.
Yeah, so that's fine. The last 10 people are coming along. We have the capacity for them here. You can feed 700 people. You can serve up to 1050. Yeah, we can serve up to 1,000 per. We've transferred all the members from the protagonist, so we'll slow this down as the transition comes in.
The protagonist is reactivated and operational.
Bruh.
We have received the Etimanenki's full signature.
Yeah, so we can jump to where the Etimanenki is.
Act with caution when facing this.
Why would we do this, though?
We are ready to follow to reach Remus.
No, we're not.
Is holding us back.
Not true. Very much not true. Skip a transmission within 1 second of it starting. That's not quite what happened. So now we can vol jump. We can vol jump. I'm not going to because I'm not nuts. These are all off. Now, it has occurred to me right now that I need to have either I move the docking bay here, but I need to have a docking bay here because this needs to be. We need to have. We have an airlock. We have a docking bay. We have the probe launcher, and we have the tech lab. We need the train station. If you have a train station here, this one gets space. Whatchamacallit? Space specialization. You build everything there, it's fine there, it's still ticking over there.
Happy New Year, Administrator.
Hey, Happy New Year. This is now year 3. Yeah, the end of year 3. So the beginning of year 4. Happy New Year.
An accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
Yeah, we just need 15 left. And we have the iron for this. At which point, how many people can we still have over here? Hang on, we can still have another 40 people here. Which means it is possible to turn off the steel mill and send the people over here. Send all the workers over there, like they'll create even more space over here. The waste treatment center would remain, I think. The waste treatment center would remain, I think. But I am still trying to understand how this would work out. What are the rules here for that? 20, yeah. Okay.
No more resources available to mine.
Okay, we've mined everything we need to mine at the moment, which means we're just doing another probe check. Bunch of silicon, a little bit of iron. Can I get the iron and the silicon at the same time? Yes, I can. We'll have more iron to mine, which is again craziness. This is still the case.
A probe has completed its scan.
Right, come on, one more. One more and we're golden. Come on, do this to me. Just one more. There you go. That's going to get built up. We haven't gotten anywhere near the amount of workers in this space. But now that's set up, we can now, if we so wished, that's 50. We have how much space? We got space for 21, 29. That's 5, that's 15, that's 20. How much living space have we got here? We should have an easy way to check this out. It just isn't. 20. Really? Damn. Oh, we'll wake up 20 people. Wake up 20 people. Trying to eke as many more workers as we can out of it. I wonder, does it store? Does the game care about... Does it know how many of its colonists are workers and how many are non-workers? It says because you can turn on like only wake up workers, right? You can turn that on. You can say only wake up workers. Actually, has that gone away now? It has. Thank God. These are actually quite positive now. What was the statement I was making? I forgot what statement I was making last. Still bringing it over there. Still filling up over there. Because there's the policies. There's a specific
An accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
there's a specific policy about waking workers first. So I'm assuming it knows how many cryopods you have of each type. It doesn't tell you openly, but it knows how many cryopods there are, which means somewhere it's storing which cryopod means what. I'm finding it odd that you need to keep the DLS can be turned off and you can still have the propaganda stuff. That's actually kind of good. That's generally interesting. We're positive 1 here. We're positive 1 here. And we are at positive 1 here. Science, we've almost hit Space Chef. Space Chef is going to completely blow our food out of the water, isn't it? It'll completely blow our food out of the water. Come on, literally the last remaining point.
No more resources available to mine.
How much more iron did we generate? Not that one, the other one. Another 100 in space. You're bringing them in. Every little bit at a time. We are bringing them in a little bit at a time, but we are bringing them in. We have a lot of spare food. Space Chef has been unlocked. We now have 244% of our total food requirements, which means we can... Okay, if we're at 244% of meal requirements, I'm going to say 200, because I'm going to keep a buffer, which means we can go up to 1,600 people and still keep everybody fed. We can have 1,600 people around and still keep them fed. I'm assuming, so far, that non-workers don't get into accidents, so the only real problem we have are worker accidents. So we're going to start waking people up. We're just going to wake people up and start shifting them into other areas. We can't have that many people at the moment. Again, press the wrong button. Our total live capacity is what? 325. It's 320 plus 290. 610. 855 at the moment, which means you can pretty much double our living quarters as well. How are we doing in external space? And if we could do, how much extra power do we need? Or can we get easily? We can get that fairly facilely. And there was another 45. I ask that only because... I want to keep at least a certain level of housing. There's cell housing just has more and more people in it. Okay, that didn't actually realize that. Cell housing isn't generating waste. Interesting. Cell housing isn't generating waste. Okay. No. Okay. I was wondering why there's the cell housing in Sector 2. Why is there a waste problem there? That isn't really being reflected because our food surplus is such that we don't need to worry about waste production. But yeah, because cell housing doesn't generate waste yet. It will in time. The point is, if we go for smart homes, no, sorry, the demotic quarter, 70 crew members in high quality accommodation, which means 2 demotic quarters. %. 30% would take. I'm assuming 15 would go up to 20 at that point, because 15 would be 19 and a half. So I guess that would be rounded up to 20, one would hope. And that means that the 40 would go up to 52. Group decrionization is just increases production speed. Fine. Insect farm, they're not really used at the moment. Mushroom walls. Increases fruit production. Algae farms. Control maintenance. Is an algae farm is worth it? Is it more useful? I don't know. But I think, going to queue up demonic quarters. And how much we're doing plentiful here, right? Yeah, we're fine. I'm still like mumbling about the required stuff. How are we doing over here? We have 7 here. We have 8 total, of which 7 are here. We can get silicon over here now as well. That's 30 people, that's 15 people, that's 30 people. So yeah, we need loads more workers over here. We cannot run any of these buildings.
An accident has occurred.
What's actually running here at the moment? That's fine. How do you even worker capacity here? 16 spare. 16 spare because I can save 20 by turning these 2 off. So I mean that can be off as well. We're not getting any more hydrogen at the moment. Neither of these 2 working. They'll stay. They can stay on for the time being. I mean, we can store 40 additional people here, right? 41 additional people can stay here. These are all full. 42, yeah, so 41 additional people here. I just wait until I have 41 people homeless, and I'll just shuffle them off to Sector 6. No matter what they are. No, that's a lie. I tell a huge fib. If I can do that with purely workers or as many workers as possible, that'd be beneficial to me. Specifically because of all this stuff. I can turn that off though, can't I? That's 9 workers I don't need at the moment. Get that working. Keep that. That's gonna be my buffer. That's my buffer. So once we get to 41 people homeless, I'll turn off that one. Because we need to basically stock that full up again. How are you doing? Are you full up? You're 70. 70 is full enough. Full enough to the point where I'm happy to build another one of these actually. No, we're waiting. We're specifically waiting. I'm specifically waiting to see what the high tier combination is like. And how expensive that is. Because I'm assuming it's going to be heavy in net electronics. Which is why this is still churning out electronics like crazy. How are you doing for workers here again? Plentiful. In which case, we're going to start. We're going to shift silicon. Yeah, we might keep some of these over here. Specifically for like when things come in, they'll get sent over there and then they'll get shifted over. I'm pointing at the screen. Things will come in over here and then they'll get shifted over to Sector 6, like the carbon, the silicon, etc. So let's go into work that to do that. We'll turn on 1 and 6. Grab all the silicon you can get your little hands on. The point where bring in more silicon. Just do it. And they're almost out of iron anyway. Bring in silicon. We're 24 people. Again, as many workers as possible we'll send over. Because I can, as long as I have a capacity of 30 workers, I don't need to keep necessarily all the factories operating at the same time. Like, at the moment, polymer use is minimal, so we can basically turn on the polymer factory if we're ever low on polymers, run through our oxygen production, our carbon production, and then turn it off again. Same thing with silicon and electronics. Okay, we're almost out of iron. Oh, wrong one. That's what I needed, sorry. The second it goes, you're out of iron. Oh, let's check if there's anything more we can grab. There's always a good check of anything else. And there's a bunch over here, unfortunately, but that's going to be a nightmare to get through that. So I need to basically make it to the... I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy. But I think if I manage to put the Tiqqun in orbit over there, they might be able to get that place without going to the storm. I mean, it's crazy to think about it that way. But if you manage to get the Tiqqun over here, orbiting that, because they would be doing orbits like that, which would avoid the storm. There's nothing in the storm, thankfully. Bunch of silicon over here. And the thing we really care about is iron at the moment. But finding a bunch of silicon is also very pleasant. Yeah, might as well grab the iron, grab the silicon there. There's a bunch of silicon here as well. How much silicon is there in space just floating around? 500, yeah, we got so much silicon. Okay, come on, get to 31. Let's get to 41. I'll shove them people over, and we'll start working on the silicon. We'll start working on making electronics. I mean, this has no other use. Nothing has any other use, and carbon only considers that. But we'll just start chucking people there.
An accident has occurred in the
39, 40, 41. Stop.
A probe has completed its scan.
What have you found? A bunch of silicon. Shocking. How much silicon have you actually found? Just a quick check. Well, the 200 silicon. Bloody hell. I can send the probe over there. I just need to make sure to immediately go there and go, do not mine any of this. I just looking near the sun. Oh, got some more iron. I swear the stuff is spawning in. Good pause. Now, how much are you doing in workers? You have... Good, you have a full... You're a good 40 above what you need to be. Easily. So let's shove over... Excuse me. Workers, only workers. From Sector 1 to Sector 6. Send 30 workers to Sector 6. And send 11 non-workers to Sector 6. Which is the 41 there. We're still over... Really? Yeah, that's everyone. Let's say, bloody hellfire. The extra people here, the extra people there, is the fact that there's 7 people in space. That's what that is. There's 7 people in space at the moment. Okay, so right now we're actually pretty close to max capacity at the moment. Under maximum operating capacity. That's currently shut down, that's fine. When they arrive, we'll have a bunch of extra workers here. We'll just turn on that and start churning through.
Population transfer complete.
A bunch of workers currently injured, unfortunately. I haven't got the workers for this? Because 18 of them are wounded, I haven't got the workers to turn on the... I mean, that can turn off. That gives me extra 5. Are we negative? Cell housing. Yeah, right. If we're exactly full, we're just shy of the max. Okay, we need to put a... We need to put... Yeah. Okay, hang on. Now, if I go to... So we can just build one of these as well. Just temporarily to counteract that while I'm waiting for the new thing to be researched. Which of these? It is the Marduk Memorial, which has industry specialization. The Marduk Memorial has industry specialization. So you can put a Marduk Memorial down. Build a Marduk Memorial. Can we? Yes, I just need to bring stuff over. We'll bring a Marduk Memorial. Do me a quick favor. Shift. Actually, require 1. The second you use one of them, you'll grab the other one. So now, if we turn this on, so we'll go up to 64 required. So again, start churning through this.
A probe has completed its scan.
So start working on electronics. Might as well, right? Which means now you should be at least neutral, which is okay. Which means that can actually go back to being that for the time being, because we're currently working through our silicon storage. We're out of iron in the wild, so we're working on bringing silicon back in. Bring in that as well. We need to basically replenish our stock of people. So at the same time, we're going to build population. We're not doing it yet. Not until the Makata quarter is done. So you have another.
Accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
We have another 21 souls still left. Souls? Yeah, sure, why not? Souls. Cycles. Right now. So this requires. Stores up to 303. I mean. How big is that? It's an 8x4. And then. I would be lying if I said I wasn't tempted. I'm trying to figure out. You. Now I'm gonna be juggling here for a bit. So we're gonna turn this off real fast. Turn that off real briefly. That we're gonna turn you on. I'm gonna turn you into an iron stockpile. We're gonna turn off iron juggling. No more iron. No iron juggling for the moment. We turn that. We do this specifically. Then you destroy this one as well. How many are you for workers? Again, need some of these to get up and stop being useless. Good, because I'm going to put this. Requires 1, which is exactly how many we have. We'll do that. And that will be storing iron. At which point that'll be not. They'll go back to storing polymer. Medium stockpiles done. We're currently working our way through demonic quarter. What was the next thing I had in my mind? That's something I was thinking about. What was I thinking about? Gateway. What was I thinking about? Legislative Center. We have that. We can do it as well. Proximity place. If I ever build one of these, it's gonna cause an event saying like you've been using police badly, whatever. Everything is good. Here I'm going like, oh no, everything is good. Ooh, health center can heal up to 100 people simultaneously. The center can accommodate injured crew members from other sectors connected by train stations. Okay, so down the line you have the population center, I guess, that has train stations. Exo fighting dome, algae farms. My brain is annoying. We haven't got fires yet. I'm assuming fires will be relevant next sector. The workshop? It wasn't workshop. What was I thinking about? What was I thinking about? Damn it! Actually, that's actually not relevant to the other sector because it has enough crew, or can have enough crew. Blast. I'll realize it at some point. I'm sure someone will put it in the comments of what I was thinking about. I forgot because we're close to the end of the episode anyway. But I was thinking of something that completely escaped my mind, and it's driving me nuts now. That can be turned back into polymer. Actually, I haven't got a carbon storage plant at the moment. But basically, this place is ready to start outputting stuff. That's... Okay. Whatever it was, remember whatever we were doing before, because I'm going to say what I'm going to do next episode now, so that when I look at this video afterwards, I know what I'm doing. Okay? Now, we are definitely at the point, with this medium stockpile of iron, we are at the point where I can move the steel mill over to here, which means I need to build things to do next episode, Nemo. Build some quarters here. I'll build an optimized quarter for now, sure. I only need about storage space for 30 workers. Build that quarter there, tear this building down, wow, send 30 workers over here. I'm getting hype because it's annoying because I can't record more. Like, I would record the next week's episodes as well right now, but I can't do it. I haven't got the time, and it's annoying because it's driving me nuts. We're gonna make that. I'm gonna knock that down, transfer that over here, turn that on. I mean, what can I do here? And if I turn, that's now that can get turned off again. With these off, that can get turned off. That can get turned off. We're not using it at the moment. Because that gives me, which means I can turn that on right now. I can turn that on right now, and it's just going to work. Which means iron, turn that on, max that out, 0. You basically can send iron forever into that sector, and you've now taken over production. Sector 6 has now taken over production of iron. Because that's now going to be operating iron. That can be turned off and full on disabled. I said I was going to do this next episode, but I'm going to forget otherwise. You've got plenty of extra workers now. You are close to the limit, which means you're going to send over. Need to build. I don't need to build because it's 30 people isn't too bad. Transfer over, because you are way over. So 30 workers. 30 workers from sector 2 to sector 6. Sorry, 1 to 6, that's fine, that's correct. Send it over there. When they arrive, I can turn that on again. Kind of. It's a bit plug and play at the moment. There you go, that's fine. That's going to start filling up over there. All the iron's going to start filling down over here.
Population transfer complete.
That's not working. We have waste issues. We do. Unfortunately, I can't set you to store waste, can I? Until I pick that. You're currently neutral. Are you neutral? What's keeping you neutral? Optimized quarter stuff. That's fine. Literally no problem at all with that. When the motor quarters triggers, it'll burn. But right now, this has basically become our headquarters for alloy production. Right, folks. Next time is basically, I was giving instructions 5 minutes ago. Next time we basically normalize this out. Build the new quarters. Wait for the new quarters to be researched. Build the new quarters and start turning these on again. I don't need these on to be on at the same time, but having an additional 30 people spare, which I do actually have, I need 40 people spare because I need that and that to be turned on as well. Whatever, we'll work with it. We'll deal. I shall deal with as it comes. Anyway, folks, I'll catch you all next time. See you then. Bye bye.